Guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Roommates. So, we are on spring break, so let's jump right back in. Everyone looks at Rakesh for a moment, but decides to let it pass. What say we make this interesting, folks? Oh, what are you thinking? Um, let's say the winning team gets out of cleaning duties for the rest of the trip. Oh yes, I will enjoy all my extra free time. Ha! You wish! Dominic fishes a quarter out of a pocket and flips it. He points to me and says to call it. Luckily, Tails doesn't fail me, and it's our turn first. Dominic tosses me the ball. It looks like it's my serve. Oh gosh. I don't know. We're gonna serve it to Sally because I don't think she's the most active. So, I may not be the worst or the most physical woman here, but I'm no slouch. I wind up and swat the ball straight at Sally. Oh gosh, luckily she's not expecting it at all and flails at her bump. The ball goes flying past Max on its way out of bounds. Nice, alright, your point. I'll grab the ball. We rotate positions with Dominic serving this time. He tosses the ball and does a jump serve right to Isabella. Isabella laughs as she easily returns the ball back over the net. We get a couple of good volleys in. Rakesh almost spikes one home, but a last-minute dive by Sally saves it. Rakesh sends a wide bump over toward Max. He catches it easily, but his teammates are nowhere near, so he sends it back over the net, right at me. Maybe I could score. Set it for one of your teammates. I think about spiking it, but I know one of the boys could do it better. Instead, I get under the ball and set it over to Dominic. He takes a high-flying leap at it and sends the ball hurling right past Sally and Isabella. Max tries to dive for it, but he's too late. Nice work, Anne. We high-five while Sally sticks her tongue at me. After another half an hour, we're all feeling hot and sweaty, but it's been great exercise. Sally's team has scored 12 to Dominic's 14. We're getting really close to match point, and it's my serve again. I have a chance to maybe end the game right here, since we're only playing to 15. Now, where to serve it this time? We're gonna try at Sally again. I rear back and get this serve going. Sally is my target this time. I've been holding my own in this match, I think. But I can see the serve is wonky the second the ball leaves my hands. Sally sees it too and gets right under it. She bumps it right to Isabella, who easily spikes it towards the opposite side of the net. Don't worry, Anne, no big deal. It would have been more dramatic if the last point had been some epic struggle, but it really wasn't. The ball was served normally, and we even managed to volley a few times. Then, without warning, Sally went for a set and stumbled in the sand. The ball bounced off her exposed legs and rolled out of bounds. We made the last point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. Rakesh and Dominic rush over to give out high fives. I grab their hands and we jump for for having won our game. Welp, looks like I'll be cooking with extra dishes tonight. I will have so much more free time now that you losers are doing the cleaning. Nice work, everyone. It was a great game. Oh gosh. The final tally was Dominic's 15 to Sally's 13. I wandered over to the water and took a few moments to stretch. That was a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to see what the rest of the week will hold. Alright, week 16, Saturday. The last 2 days have been incredible. I've been hanging out with my friends on and off the beach. This has probably been the best vacation of my life. Quiet time to read, the gentle lapping of waves, laughter of friends. I can hardly believe it. It's all the more disappointing that tomorrow we have to pack up and head back to the dorm. Still, I've got one more day to spend here, and I'm going to make sure it's the best caper yet. I think everyone's had the same thought, actually. After Dominic made everyone breakfast, we all split up to sort of do our own thing. I've gotten a good breakfast and a good shower in. Now I just need to figure out what to do with my day. Of course, we're gonna play this event. I walk out to the deck and take a brief moment to watch over the waves. It's beautiful here. I can see why Professor Task bought it, and why he wanted to keep it to himself. Where did everybody go today? I think Rakesh went to the garage. He's probably painting something in there he shouldn't be. Isabella probably went to fall asleep on the beach. Dominic went for a jog along the beach. He said he'd been too lax this week. And I'm pretty sure Max took the van into town to get gassed up for the return trip. I know that the last quarter of the year is coming up. I probably won't have another chance to get some good alone time with someone. If I don't make something happen now, nobody's going to have time to try and make it happen later. Let's see. I guess wait for Max to get back, huh? Luckily, I remembered there being a small bench just outside of the garage. Every day has been gorgeous this week, and today is no exception. I grab a book and sit on the bench, reading in the warm afternoon sun. Only a few chapters later, I hear Max's van pull onto our cul-de-sac. Max catches sight of me as I wave hello to him. He grins for a moment as he stops the car, before getting out and coming to sit next to me on the bench. Just couldn't wait to see me again, huh? I chuckle as I playfully push at his shoulder. Don't flatter yourself, Buster. This week has been pretty incredible. It was almost worth being screwed with by that crazy professor. I still can't believe I didn't take the professor up on his offer. I really appreciate it. I mean, we got a B. That's pretty good. You carried me pretty hard. I appreciated the effort. I guess I just didn't want to betray that trust. Thanks, Max. You really can be sweet. Max grins at me, shrugging his shoulders. Don't let it get around. I'm glad we got a chance to talk, Max. Max and I smile pleasantly at each other, and I give a little wave as I head back inside. I think I'll read in the living room for a while. Wait. Why did that not... Okay. Stat requirements for your final romantic endings have changed. Remember to review them so you don't miss the final ending. Huh? I am so confused. Oh no! Does that mean I messed up? Oh no! Well, whatever, I guess, huh? Okay, yeah, I need to be more active. I do need more, rationale. Let's see. That's spontaneous, that's active. Well, I guess I could do that too. My grades have not been doing too well, though. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Okay, I need to wait for week 17 Wednesday. So, Wednesday. I know this bed is just a cheap single, but after a long day, it feels fantastic. The last quarter has barely begun, and I'm already feeling blown out. I even made it home before everyone else. Having the place to myself, the place is never this quiet. It's definitely time to catch up on some sleep. I pull the covers up and snuggle down. No regrets here. Wait. I messed up. Somewhere along the lines, I messed up here. Well, I guess if I really did mess up, then I will just play it back and get the right ending, and I won't make you guys sit through the whole thing again. I'm not really sure what I want to do tonight. I should probably get some work done, but it's Saturday and I feel like taking a little time to myself. I respectfully request that you back off. With all due respect, please stay away from me. I turn for a moment, wondering if Rakesh is talking to me, but I don't think he is. He's got a notebook in one hand, and he's tapping it with a pen in the other. He seems to be considering what he wants to write down. He looks up from his notebook and catches me looking at him. Ah, Anne, welcome home. I must tell my parents how I feel, if possible without telling them how I feel. He looks at me as though I've got the answers hidden in my back pocket. I'm not sure what to tell him. Let's skip it. Oh, well, I'd help, but I couldn't possibly hope to understand all the feelings you would need to put into a letter like that. I know you can do it, Rakesh. Do your best. Rakesh nods at me with a mixture of disappointment and bewilderment in his eyes. He turns and walks away upstairs. I can't help but feel I've dodged a bit of a bullet there. I really don't want to get into the middle of Rakesh's family squabble. Oh gosh, okay. It's week 18 now. It's whatever, let's just go. As I sit in my room, I find myself staring at the ceiling. It's been a good year so far. I've had a lot of fun, gotten used to college life. But as I think about what I've done this year, I can't help but feel I haven't really made a lot of progress on my greater goals. I mean, I came to college to get away from my surroundings, to get out of my comfort zone. I guess I've done that a bit. I feel like I've gotten more confident, but I still feel so shy. It kind of terrifies me, but I feel like I have to do something big, really get something going. Maybe if I can, I could feel like I've truly left my old life behind, like I'm really ready to claim this new life I'm leading. It doesn't seem like... No. No, I just don't think I've got it in me. I've been doing really well so far. I don't need to push myself too far. I think just staying with the people here at Latin House is crazy enough for me. Alright, I give a stretch after another long day of classes. I'm looking at the stairs, thinking how nice it's going to be back in my room. On my way up, I hear Sally and Isabella arguing. I can't tell what it's about, but I can see Max standing between them. I breathe a silent sigh of relief. Mom always warned me about bad boys. Once I'm back in my room, I put on some headphones and get back to my business. Wait, what? What do you mean? Okay, whatever, I guess. It's still early in the quarter. I'm not sure what to expect from Professor Merriweather. Still, it should at least be entertaining. All right, if you're in this class, you've probably got the basics down, which means it's time to start getting serious. Now, normally we do this sort of thing in a lab, but today is special for two reasons. Number one, some brain genius decided to mix glycerin with KMNO4 in our labs, meaning there is now an opportunity for alternative environment learning. Secondly, the morgue is full and my contact is on the cheap. As soon as she says that, one of the professor's TAs walks into the room, pushing a cart with a blanket over it, and a suspiciously body-shaped lump under the blanket. This is a 103 class. I'm pretty sure we're not up to this stuff yet. As soon as I see the look of glee on the professor's face, though, I know we're going to do this. All right, better question. Who wants to make the first incision? Don't worry, he's dead. He complains very little. Around the room, everyone seems unsure what to do with this. A few hands tentatively go up. Come on. You won't get a chance like this for another 2 or 3 years. Professor Merriweather, are you sure this conforms to regulations? I'm sorry, I thought this was biology. Apparently it's intro to law. Well, as it turns out, I've probably got a degree in that too, so how about you shut up? As a matter of fact, it looks like someone just volunteered to take culpa bill. I mean, the first cut. The professor stares at me as the entire rest of the class turns to look at me with a mixture of amusement and horror. I wait for a few moments to see if the professor is going to change her mind, but finally I stand up and walk down to the front of the class. Here you go, Captain Rules. How about you choose your or our lesson plan for today? Pick a spot. We'll examine whatever you cut up. The professor hands me some plastic gloves, which I put on as she stands there staring at me. She then hands me a scalpel, and I look at the body. Luckily, the TA left his face and lower half covered. I walk over to the corpse and try to figure out what I'm going to do. What if I refuse to cut? Sorry, Professor, but I just can't do this. Professor, I don't want to mess up your lesson. Please do the cut. The professor raises an eyebrow and takes the scalpel from me. I watch over her shoulder as she makes the first incision, cutting just under the cadaver's heart. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the lack of blood. That's because they drain these things, and because I'm not a complete idiot. The professor looks at me just standing there and makes shooing motions. I slowly return to my seat as Professor Merriweather begins her lecture properly. I can't believe she had me do that. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still a fascinating learning opportunity. Oh my gosh. I really must have messed stuff up in here somewhere. Yeah, I need rational. No, I need reflective, actually. That's creative. Organized, too, I need. Okay. How about... Okay, reflective. And... creative. Yes? Yes. Okay, let's start. So we're at week 19. I am starving. Luckily, the cafe is on the way home. A nice sandwich sounds perfect about now. As I open the door, I see Isabella and wave hello. She smiles, but she seems to be busy. As I'm sitting down with my food, I notice Chad coming in. Oh gosh, this might get ugly. I duck down in my seat a bit. I don't want to cause a scene, and I certainly don't want to antagonize the football player. I'm sure he wouldn't do anything violent, but still, there's no need to cause a ruckus. Besides, if Isabella needs me, I want to be here. Luckily, Isabella doesn't notice him at first and keeps serving other customers. Finally, after a few moments, I hear Chad clearing his throat loudly. Hey, Isabella, I don't get to have a word or nothing. I don't see why you should get a word in. Do you honestly feel like there's something to say? Because I don't particularly. Come on, don't be like that, baby. Look, I'm sorry I screwed up. Doesn't mean we can't have some good times, right? You really think that's all it's going to take? Isabella sets down the tray she was carrying with enough force that the sound echoes through the whole cafe. We're over, you bastard! You had your chance at greatness and you frickin' blew it. Now scuttle off and leave me be. Come on, baby, I'm not the only one missing out. We had some good times, right? I've made some mistakes, sure, but I'm coming to you on my knees here. Oh, you are? Really? Because you look like you're standing perfectly well to me. You don't even have flowers or chocolates or anything. You're not even trying. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you didn't bring me flowers. I'd hate to think you wasted your money. We done here? Come on, you think you could do better than me? Just forgive me already. Are you kidding? I could find a better man than you out behind the dumpsters. Chad turns red in anger for a moment. Are you kidding me? I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. Oh my god. But this isn't Isabella's route, so I'm just gonna let her handle it. She's a big girl, she can do it. I think for a moment about jumping in and sticking up for Isabella, but then I realize I'd just be butting in. This is between Isabella and Chad. She doesn't need me sticking my nose in. No, Chad, the best thing that ever happened to me was finding out early that you were a boneheaded, selfish asshole without a lick of sense to you. If you had any of those, if you had any of those, you wouldn't have treated me the way you did. Or so why do you think why do you think I'd want to have anything to do with your ridiculous ass? Hey girl, I'm just saying you're just saying, hey sucker, I want to treat you like a possession and sex toy. Why don't you go back in my pocket where you belong? Here's a hint, because I'm none of those things. And the fact that you probably even now don't understand that is why we will never, ever be together again. Chad looks completely stunned by Isabella's tirade, sorry. He's just standing there slack-jawed. I'm sick of you taking up my air, jack off. I'm going to the back. If you're still here when I get back, you're going to be the sorriest sack of crap in this whole school. Holy crap, Isabella! But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!